In the beginning there was only God, and in his infinite wisdom, he conceived a wonderful idea, a vision of unparalleled beauty and harmony. It was to create a beautiful world, a haven of life and wonder, a testament to his creative power. He spoke, and light appeared, banishing the darkness and heralding a new dawn. Light cascaded across the nascent world, filling it with vibrant color and teeming life. God made the sky, a vast expanse of blue, oceans deep and mysterious, trees and flowers, a tapestry of green and vibrant hues and all kinds of animals, each unique and wonderful in its own way, from elephants majestic and powerful to ladybugs delicate and small. Everything lived together in harmony, a symphony of life played out in perfect balance. There was no fear or fighting, only peace and tranquility. But God's most special creation was people, the pinnacle of his artistry. Adam and Eve made in his image to know and love him, to share in his divine nature. He gave them a perfect home, the Garden of Eden, a paradise of unparalleled beauty and abundance. And just one rule, a simple test of their love and obedience. Don't eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. As long as they trusted God and remained faithful to his word, they would live in joy and peace with him forever, basking in his eternal grace. Adam and Eve walked with God hand in hand, cared for the garden, nurturing its beauty and abundance, and enjoyed a friendship with their Creator, a bond of love and mutual respect. Their lives were simple, happy, and full of wonder, each day a new adventure in paradise. God's world was perfect, a flawless creation, safe and filled with love, a sanctuary of peace and tranquility. But everything depended on their trust in God's one rule, their obedience to his loving command. The garden was a place of delight, a haven of beauty and joy, and God's love surrounded them, a protective embrace that shielded them from harm. They were safe, loved, and had a special friendship with God, a bond that transcended all understanding. This was the world as God meant it to be, a testament to his love and a reflection of his perfect design. In the heart of the garden, where life flourished, there was also a presence of deceit. One day, a clever snake slithering through the lush greenery approached Eve with a tempting offer. It cunningly tricked Eve into eating the forbidden fruit, the one thing God had asked them to abstain from. Adam, faced with Eve's decision, ate too, joining her in this act of disobedience. And suddenly, fear and shame, emotions unknown to them before, entered their hearts, clouding their innocence. They hid from God, seeking refuge among the trees, knowing they had broken his trust, the bond that had defined their existence. The weight of their actions settled heavily upon them. Because of their choice, a single act of disobedience, pain and sadness came into the world, casting a shadow over the paradise they once knew. And as a consequence, they had to leave Eden, their home, their sanctuary. Their friendship with God was broken, the intimate connection they shared now strained by their disobedience. And sin stood between them, a barrier that separated them from the divine presence. Yet, even in the face of their transgression, God still loved them, his compassion unwavering, and in his infinite mercy made a promise. One day, a rescuer would come, a hero destined to defeat the snake, to conquer the evil that had entered the world. And this rescuer would fix what was broken, restoring the relationship between God and humanity. This promise became a hope, a beacon of light in the darkness that had enveloped the world. Passed down through generations, whispered from parents to children, a legacy of faith. Even as Adam and Eve left the garden, their heads bowed in sorrow, they carried God's promise in their hearts, a seed of hope planted in the midst of despair. The world waited with bated breath for the hero who would bring people back to God, mending the broken connection. God's rescue plan was set in motion, a divine strategy unfolding through time, even in the midst of sadness, a testament to his unwavering love. The promise was a light in the darkness, a beacon guiding them through the trials to come. Families told the story, passing down the hope of redemption from one generation to the next, waiting for the one who would make things right, restoring the world to its original glory. God had not given up on his people, his love enduring through their mistakes and shortcomings. The hope of a rescuer lived on, a testament to God's unwavering faithfulness and eternal love. Through the years, God found people who trusted his promise. Noah built an ark and saved his family when God sent a flood to wash the world clean. Abraham left his home, trusting God's promise of a great family and a blessing for the world. Moses led the Israelites out of slavery, showing them how to follow God and wait for the promised one. David, a shepherd boy, became king and received God's promise that a forever king would come from his family. Each hero pointed to the true rescuer still to come. God's story was unfolding, and hope remained alive. These heroes trusted God, even when it was hard. Their lives were clues to the coming king. The world kept waiting for the one who would save everyone. Throughout history, God has always communicated with humanity. He sent prophets, chosen messengers, to remind people of his sacred promise, a promise of hope and redemption. These prophets spoke of a future, foretelling that a special king was coming, a ruler unlike any other. They specifically said he would be born in Bethlehem, a small town, yet destined for greatness. This king would heal the sick, mending bodies and spirits, and bring hope to the hopeless, a beacon of light in the darkness. Then, one quiet night, in a humble stable far from royal palaces, Jesus, the promised king, was born to Mary and Joseph. Angels, celestial messengers, announced his birth to humble shepherds, watching their flocks, and suddenly, hope filled the world, a promise of peace and joy for all. Jesus grew up, nurtured in faith and love, teaching about God's boundless love, sharing wisdom and understanding, and showing kindness to everyone he met, regardless of their background. He healed the sick, performing miracles that amazed all who witnessed them, calmed storms with a word, demonstrating his divine power, and welcomed those who felt left out, offering them acceptance and belonging. Jesus taught that loving God with all your heart and loving others as yourself was the most important commandment. He invited people to follow him, to walk in his footsteps, and learn about God's kingdom, a realm of peace, justice, and love. Jesus was the rescuer promised since the beginning, the Messiah, the blessing for the world, bringing salvation to all who believe, and the forever King, whose reign will never end. He showed what God is truly like, revealing his heart and character, full of unconditional love, a love that knows no bounds, and overflowing with mercy and compassion for all. Jesus' life was the answer to the world's brokenness, offering healing and restoration. He was God's promise in person, the embodiment of hope and redemption. The long wait was over, the anticipation had finally reached its peak, the King had arrived, bringing light and salvation to the world. God's rescue plan was unfolding before their eyes, a testament to his unwavering love. Some leaders rejected Jesus and had him arrested and crucified. It seemed like darkness had won, but this was God's rescue plan. Jesus took all the world's sin and sadness on himself, dying so people could be forgiven. On the third day, Jesus rose from the dead. He had beaten death. He appeared to his friends, proving he was alive and that God's love is stronger than anything. Before returning to heaven, Jesus gave his followers a mission: share the good news with everyone. He promised to send the Holy Spirit to help and guide them. The Holy Spirit would fill believers with God's love and strength. Through Jesus, anyone can be part of God's family forever. This is the hope of the Bible: God's love, rescue, and new life for all.